and a very warm welcome to all of you. It's time for us to begin our coverage of the Asia Cup. That's right, the Six-Nation tournament was shifted from Sri Lanka due to political unrest in the country to UAE, and it's the big tournament for all the teams as they look to do well here, keeping in mind that the T20 World Cup starts in October in Australia. India, they begin their tournament with the opening match against their arch rivals Pakistan, and they will look to avenge their T20 World Cup loss last year to Pakistan at the very same venue in Dubai. Good news for India is that there is no Shaheen Shah Afridi this time around, who ran through India's batting in that match, World Cup match last year. But despite that, players from both sides know the pressure of playing in an India-Pakistan match. In fact, Indian captain Rohit Sharma said that the players should not hype this match in their minds too much. He said that he wants to create a normal atmosphere in the team before the game. But deep down, players from both nations know how quickly one can become a hero or a villain in his country depending on how he performs. That's not all. Right before the tournament, coach Rahul Dravid, he got COVID. So former India batter VVS Lakshman, he's filling in place of him. So that's also another interesting thing to see, the chemistry between Rohit Sharma and standing coach VVS Lakshman. Of course, Rohit is likely to take all the calls, but what will be Lakshman's role as the coach and the impact of the absence of Rahul Dravid? How big will that be? That's another question that one needs to ask. But the opening encounter is also a huge moment for Virat Kohli, who's been struggling for form for a while now. Kohli will be playing his 100th T20 international. That's right. And that'll be a big chance for him to come out of the slump that he's been in before the World Cup. He will, in fact, become the second Indian player after Rohit Sharma to play 100 T20 internationals. That's not all. He will also become the only Indian player to have played 100 matches in all three formats. And that's a huge one. The only Indian player to have played 100 matches in all three formats. The phenomenon of Virat Kohli. Now, Virat Kohli has not scored a century since 2019, we all know, but he will be batting against his favorite opposition in T20 internationals. That's right. If you look at his numbers in T20Is against Pakistan, you will see that he loves to bat against them. He is the highest run scorer in T20 internationals between India and Pakistan. He sits right at the top with 311 runs. Shoaib Malik is in the second position with little more than half of the runs scored by Virat Kohli, and he's taken one more innings. Then there is Mohammad Hafiz, who's at number 3 with 156 runs. Yuvraj Singh at number 4 with 155, and Gautam Gambhir completes that list of top 5 with 139 runs. So if you look at Virat Kohli's numbers, 300, whereas all the others have been around 170 and lower than that. This just goes on to show Virat Kohli loves batting against Pakistan. In fact, the former captain, he's played 7 international matches so far, T20 internationals against Pakistan. First being in 2012 at the World T20 match in Colombo, where he scored a 78 not out, and India won that game comfortably by 8 wickets. The 2 times that he didn't get good scores were Pakistan's tour of India, in which he scored a 9, and India lost that match in Bengaluru, and then at 27, which was in Ahmedabad, India won that. The last time these two teams met in Asia Cup, that was a low-scoring match in 2016, where Pakistan were bowled out for just 83 runs in Mirpur, and Virat Kohli top scored with 49. India won that game in the 16th over. Now, the 250s in the last 2 internationals against Pakistan, one in a winning cause and the other one in a losing cause. In the winning cause, it was the World T20 in 2016 in Kolkata, where Pakistan were dismissed with just 118. Virat Kohli top scored with 55 in the chase to win the game, also won the player of the match. And then we're going to put that scorecard up. The losing cause was the last match, the T20 World Cup match last year that India played against Pakistan. We all remember that. Shaheen Shah Afridi running through the Indian batting. Now, they won the match comprehensively by 10 wickets. India scored 151 for 7. Virat Kohli top scoring with 57. India's second highest run scorer was Rishabh Pant with 39. With India down 36 for 3 in the power plays, Virat Kohli came in, played the role of an anchor as wickets kept falling around him, but couldn't capitalize towards the end to give India that push it needed. And eventually, bundled out for 151. Pakistan openers chased that target down comfortably, and India lost that game. All in all, though, if you look at Virat Kohli's numbers versus Pakistan in T20 internationals, he's been the standout performer. They may not be the Virat Kohli-esque kind of numbers, but they are still the best among the batters from both the teams. And since 2019, and those numbers are going to come up on your screens, if you see his numbers in tests, ODIs, and T20 internationals. You look at all three formats, and I know there's been so much conversation around Virat Kohli's dip in form, but you look at his numbers in tests, ODIs, and T20 internationals. It's the T20Is where his average is almost the same, in fact, little higher than his overall average. In fact, there, take a look at that, 50.57. That's his average since 2019. And this is before 2019. So you're looking at him in a format which he's actually been the best at out of the three formats that he's played. So there has been that dip in form, but the average in T20 international shows that this is really the format where he's been the best if you compare it to the other formats. The 33-year-old has been under tremendous amount of scrutiny. We've all seen it. You know, he's taken break. He did not play the series against the West Indies. He hasn't played against Zimbabwe as well, so he's got some much-needed rest. We saw a video of him riding a scooty with his wife. There was that video. He's also given an interview to Star Sports, the host broadcaster, about his lack of form, and he said that, you know, he's doing the processes right. He knows what he needs to do, and he's been doing it. It's just he's been getting the start, sometimes gets out, sometimes has been unlucky. So he knows that he's going through a bad patch, but he also knows that he will come out of it. Also, let's take a look at how he has performed overall against Pakistan. We've already said 7 innings, but take a look at that. 99 matches overall, and look at the runs, 3,308, 94 not out, the best. His average there, 50 overall, and against Pakistan it just rises to 77.75. Another reason to say that Virat Kohli enjoys batting against Pakistan. Now, media and fans, they've been counting the days since his last century. We're told it's more than 1,000 days. Hopefully people will not count hours and seconds and put that out there just to make it seem more exaggerated. But Virat Kohli himself knows and understands his game. He spoke to the host broadcaster, like I said, ahead of the Asia Cup. He's spoken about what he needs to do. He also referred to the dip in form that he had in 2014 in the series that he played against England. But this has been far longer than that. And for the Indian team, this is paramount now that he gets some runs. As these two teams prepare for this high-octane clash, we hope that he can find some form in this Asia Cup opener against Pakistan, because from here, the tone will be set. If he can score runs here, then, you know, he'll get the confidence. And right now, one can even see in his batting, there are times when you see that he's gotten off to a good start, sometimes lack of concentration. There is certain amount of nervousness around as well, because you know, he hasn't been scoring runs. But what this break would have done is that it must have refreshed him. He will be raring to go, and overall, like I said, the numbers are very good. So hopefully, as the numbers show that he loves batting against them, you know, he can look back at these numbers and get some big scores in the Asia Cup. It's imperative, in fact, as India look ahead to the World Cup, and in-form Virat Kohli can be absolutely lethal in the World Cup later this year. That's it then on this special. News9 Sports is what you need to subscribe to for all the latest. What do you think of our shows? What do you think of this video? To write in the comments section below. That's it from us. We'll be here throughout covering the Asia Cup for you. So do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get a notification every time we go live. That's it. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.